should check all.
Mm, 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 mm. Testing.
Testing.
Mic check. And we are alive. We're alive. All right, we're alive and we're alive for the last time, at least for this series, day 100. It is Hugo on the balcony. Ah, it's not the greatest moment. I am like dehydrated incredibly, so it's not fun. But we are here. You know, I had an idea to perhaps do something a little more special, perhaps do something for a little bit longer. But I'm like, why? There's no need. That's not what the purpose of this is. The purpose of this is to get it done. There's no kind of, it's nothing special about having completed it. It's just done now. And, all the spouting about infinite game and whatnot the past few days, it made me kind of think about it. I'm like, does it really matter that I did 100? And it's like, yes, it's a sign of perhaps growth, sustainability, I have the ability to do this. So, be on camera and show up every day, perhaps not always at the same time, but we can work on that the next time, you know? It's a thing. It's like I can do this thing now. And why can I? Because I've done it. Here's the evidence, you know? And yeah, welcome to day 100. I wanted to end with a special message. And it's something that speaks to what I kind of spoke about in the early days about AI. And early days, I would always say, like early days, like what, 90 days ago, I would often talk about like the state of AI and how it's affecting our existence and how it's snowballing into something uncontrollable and something that's incredibly hard to even grasp. As you know, and there's no point in undermining what it can do because it will come for us. It is coming, and you can only slow it down using policy and laws and restrictions. You can only slow it down, but it will come. It is coming, and in some ways it's already here, but in the ways that it may terrify us, it is coming. It's happening. I mean, like a few days ago, they made, when we started this, um, I kind of spoke about how being on a live stream is something that AI cannot do, and now it can. It can perfectly do a live stream. Like it can stream live video using just a single image, and do a deepfake live, and it's kind of fascinating. Obviously, like it still has its corners. Like it's not perfect, but if you use enough data, there's people out there that get fooled by Zoom meetings where a room of fake people are swindling companies out of a lot of money. And so, just within the last 3 months, something that was not possible is now possible. AI can now do live streaming, and it's nothing like this. It's not like this, of course. This is still something that is um, not attainable by AI, but they're getting close. And what happens in the next 100 days? I started this with the idea that it's something that AI cannot do, but it's getting very close to the point where in a few years, it would be something that would be commonly known as something that happens. People can jump on a live stream with lightweight software, with minimal data, and they can do some crazy stuff. They can do some crazy good stuff. They can do some crazy bad stuff. And you know, that's AI. It's AI for you. It's a scary thought, but I remember what day 1 to 10. My whole thing was that to compete with AI, to compete with artificial intelligence, you have to do what AI can't. And I still believe that, but it appears that what AI can't do is becoming a smaller and smaller circle. And you have to be able to really spend your time mastering those things to be able to stand out. And for me, when I think about robots, when I think about humans, there's this thing of being a free thinker, there's this thing of being a kind of main character, right? And everybody has got main character syndrome now, apparently, right? Everybody's got main character syndrome. Nobody wants to be an NPC, someone who's just programmed and just does a certain thing, doesn't question anything, or doesn't question their programming. And it's like, you should have the ability to question your programming, but that does not mean that being a robot is a bad thing, right? Like, you shouldn't just be thinking about thinking all the time. Like, I feel like when you kind of choose to be a free thinker, when you have that kind of capability, you kind of get lost in the meta-ness of just like, how far can you take it? It's like, it has no limitations. You could just think all the time, and nothing can happen. And it's like, perhaps part of the reason that AI. I just keep on doing this. My hair's getting longer, so I'm just having fun like brushing it. It's kind of getting annoying around my ear, so I just kind of keep moving it out the way, but it's at an awkward length, so it doesn't stay. But anyway, um, yeah, there is definitely some leverage in just doing the work. Perhaps the only kind of leverage there is. I mean, we spoke about the middle, right? And it's like, if you're a free thinker, perhaps perhaps you start questioning more often what you should and shouldn't be doing, because um, anything and everything can feel like a trap. If you're stuck in something, it will feel like a trap at some point. And if you're stuck in the middle, in the valley of despair, in the middle dominoes, and you're having a hard time getting to the end, a free thinker would think, I am trapped. I need to find a way out of this. So there is a level of kind of following the programming, follow the programming, and yeah. And I have no intention of kind of trying to elongate this live. I don't think it's very necessary, right? I don't need to like celebrate it. I don't need to do anything special. It's just, there's no need to be attached to it. There's no need to try and celebrate it, because the thing that needs to be celebrated, um, I've kind of already internally realized what I've gained from this, and celebrating it would be kind of futile. Like whenever I think about relaxation, it's a feeling, right? When you're stressed, when you have some anxiety about something, there is a feeling of, okay, I need to relax, and then you try to work the external to get to the internal, right? You think about, maybe I'll go for a walk, maybe I'll go to the beach, I'll lay down in the sun, and maybe that has some sort of effect on your physiology that then affects the mental and the spiritual or whatever. But it's a way of getting it to the internal through the external, which can work, but that doesn't solve the core problem of, there is unrest in the internal. And true relaxation is getting to understand why you have that unrest, b, can you solve it? And if it's something that you can solve, then that is the relaxation, that is the path to it, and anything else is a distraction. And it's like, what is the goal here? Is the goal to get 100 out of 100? um, yes and no. Like I'm like a, it's like a smaller goal, right? It's not the main goal. Is that the main goal? No. It is a goal, but it's not the goal. It doesn't help me achieve what I wanted to do. It is merely a means to an end. And the thing that I'm working on will probably take another few months to really show fruit, but the 100 still needs to be done. And there's no kind of I don't find any comfort in finishing these 100 strings, which is perhaps, you know, a sad thing, but all it does is make the true goal much more clearer. It's far more clear to me what I need to do, and it's happening in the backgrounds, and that's a good thing. And I will update as things progress, but it's like, while that happens, um, this is just a means to an end. Anything else I do, any content I make on LinkedIn, any short I make, it's all part of a bigger plan. I hate yawning when I'm outside in Dubai, because Dubai has some of the worst air quality in the world. I think it is the fourth worst in the world, if I remember correctly. The fourth worst air quality in the world. A lot of pollutants, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. Um, you know, maybe I'm just like a weird guy, but I do not like any type of holiday destination I've been to. I've never really liked. Like Dubai is a holiday destination, and it's just a sweat fest. Like I'm just sweating all the time. And it's cool that there's ACs and there's a lot of wealth around, and the views are cool, and the crime is low, and it's full of commerce, so it's kind of exciting to be around and keeps you kind of motivated. And in terms of like, and I'll say they've worked really hard to be able to kind of stand up against the nature of things here, but boy, it's still like, it's not easy. And I feel bad because I get the AC, and I get to record videos, and I get to do all this fun stuff. But I see these workers in these overalls just kind of working in the sun all day, and it's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. It's like that Kobe thing. Um, where after, and it's in a post-game interview, they were like, "So are you going to celebrate after the win today?" And I know some of the guys were thinking about celebrating. It's like, "Job finished? Job not finished." Um, so there's things to do, and I'm going to do them, and I'm going to do them as well as I can. Um, it's an important week, and after that, it's an even more important month, and then after that, it's an even more important month. Some very important things happening. So it's like, what have I got to celebrate? Job's not finished. Um, I could do something to celebrate, but it would be performative, and I wouldn't really feel any sense of anything internally. Like I feel good about having finished the 100 days. It's like good. It's a sense of achievement, but beyond the fact that I managed the 100 days, there's nothing else like I don't feel a great sense of accomplishment. And it's like I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I just need to do the thing, you know. And it's all really. I mean, I want to talk for longer. There's like a feeling of like just keep going until perhaps the phone turns off. It is like less hot today, so that's nice. But what am I supposed to do with that? Can't. Nothing. Nothing I can do. Nothing really to do. I find it comforting to go around on a scooter and just like listen to some research stuff, some audio. Helps me focus. But I like doing it at night because I'm kind of half in the audio, half in the thing, half on the writing. So I can kind of focus on going in a straight line, and that's like perfectly fine. Um, so at night it's easier. A, because I can do it for longer because there's no sunlight, and B, because there's no one on the streets, and I can just ride around for like a half hour or like an hour, just have some fun, get some pollutant filled air. Um, yeah, having fun. A lot of stuff to do. I think today I'm just gonna leave it on until my phone overheats. I'm gonna let it overheat today. Hopefully, it doesn't damage my phone. But it also sucks because it's day 100 and I don't really have much to say. Free thinkers are overrated. I've been through that. Yeah, let's just talk about the thumbnail. What does it say? Being an NPC is underrated. The rules are already set. The rules are already set. The path to doing something, to doing anything, is always simple and not necessarily easy. And if it is easy, then you're perhaps doing the wrong thing. But it's too good to be true. And those platitudes you hear people say about like, oh, work hard, do this, do this. They're not platitudes. That is actually how it works. Like you just work hard, and there's nothing else to it. You can just work hard. You'll like it'll just work out. And just yeah, do it. And nothing wrong with being an NPC, being a robot, if the rules are good, if the program is good. If you can find a good program, like just do that, and then it'll work out. That's all it is. And I've noticed where I just like put my head down and work, like when I don't put too much pressure on things to like get a win out of, like so I can celebrate, things work better. Like it's weird, right? Like you want to do the thing so you can have good things, but then it only really works out if you don't care about the good things. 21 minutes. You know, the time's going pretty fast, but it also is like going pretty slow because I have no idea what to talk about, but it's like it's gone faster than I thought it would. In terms of work, I've just been like, I've got something here. I've been kind of questioning ChatGPT, trying to, just kind of test areas of research I could do to help me get some sort of edge. ChatGPT is working. It's great for like coming up with ideas. Like oftentimes I've like just talked with the AI and it's like come up with ideas that I wouldn't have thought up, at least in that frame of time. And it annoys me because it's like how much like would how proud would I be if I come up with that myself? So it's a little annoying, but it's unfortunately you have to find a kind of balance between that because it is incredibly useful and that you want to save time. But you also want your brain to be able to do great things. And if it's the AI doing great things, then cost effective, real time feedback, um, um, enhanced learning, safe environment, a lot of good stuff here. Um, you know, oh, I think there's something here in feedback, like having a faster iteration loop for feedback that significantly can. Sorry, I'm just going through other work right now, and that as a selling point or something. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just there's some work I have to do, and I don't know what else to talk about. So I'm just gonna let the time run. But it is nice to sit here do some work. Issue is it's gonna get like hot eventually, but it's a lot colder than it is on some other days. So I'm happy about that. I'm gonna let it run to half an hour, and then just a simple goodbye. I'm like saying multiple things, aren't I? I said I'd let it run to till it overheated. I'm just tired. I am tired. Oh Lord, the fatigue is crazy. Oh Lord, oh my God. So many ways to love you, baby, like, oh my God, so in love. I really don't like living in apartments. Like I'm in an apartment building right now, and I'm on like a lot of floors up, right? And it's just not fun. I don't like it, you know? I get like weird anxiety. Like my brain just goes to like there's gonna be an earthquake and I am effed. And I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but it's like I'm thinking about that daily. So it's very distracting and I don't like that. I'd rather be in a place where I'm not thinking about that. But also I feel like deal with it. So there's a part of me that wants to like run away from anywhere that has like tall building. And there's like another part where it's like I just want to like not be scared. So just put myself in that position anyway. You know? What's up, dude? Welcome to the live 100 out of 100, the last day. And yeah, last day of the lives. I'll come back eventually, but it's been fun. And I've learned a lot, been through a lot. 100 days is no short amount of time. It is no short amount of time. More than 3 months, you know? And I will be back doing lives eventually, but maybe I'll do them on LinkedIn. I know LinkedIn has lives. Uh, it's time to really focus hard on LinkedIn content as as I'm getting more into my work. Um, LinkedIn is great, but yeah. If you want to say hi, dude, if you want to say hi, it's my last live in a while. Just say hi. I've been doing every single day for 100 days. Just say hi. I get it. You're shy. It's okay. Oh wow. Isn't that something? I'm just looking up on ChatGPT right now, doing some work, researching. It's interesting. I'm getting in, getting into a certain industry. There's a lot of research. It's like trying to become an expert on something in the fastest amount of time possible. So, that's something. And it can be fun. It can be fun, but it is. It's not easy. It's tough. It requires a lot of brain calories, and that is hard to do when your brain is rotted. Uh, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, because it's like, what else is there? What else is there but just doing the thing that's important? And Jeez. Construction's going crazy. I don't know if you can hear that. Once you have something you want to do, something you believe in, and you don't do it, that's incredibly taxing to the soul. So you might as well just do it. Because what else are you gonna do? Something you don't believe in? Wild, right? If you just do the thing, it just works out. And things are moving. Things are moving. Just an update on the work. I mean, the whole point of this was to go from zero to something. And now I do have something. I don't want to talk about it just yet. I'd hoped to have something to say by the end of the before the end of the 100 days, but it seems I probably need another 60 days for me to be able to say something. But even so, let's say 160 days to get from zero to something. I could probably do it faster now, knowing what I know now. Like I could probably get to where I am right now in terms of like this process in about 2 weeks. You know, so like the kind of knowledge you gain after doing it, it's like the really difficult things just become easier. And like my understanding of what needs to be done is so much more dense. And of course, there is a lot more to learn. You know, arguably years, years more to really kind of kick its ass. But like you don't really need to spend 10,000 hours. I think 10,000 hours is one of the biggest lies. You don't need 10,000 hours. It doesn't take that long. Like you don't need 10,000 hours to be able to learn how to play a song on the guitar. You really don't. Like you could probably do it like with like an hour a day. And if you really suck, you really suck. That like it would take you like at maximum a month to learn like a really like at least like a respectable level of complexity. Like a like a grade. I don't remember the grades as well as I did, but like a respectable grade 4, you could probably get away with in like a month of training, just like an hour a day, and that's what 30 hours. You could do a lot with 10 hours. You could do a lot with just an hour. Like that early days of just like spending the hours brings you up to a point where most people, for most people, they could do it, but it's unheard of because it seems impossible. Um, like, oh, I just had an example. I had an example, but I've lost it now. But like, like I learned how to play my first song on guitar, which was "Smoke on the Water." Dun, 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 dun. Like, we didn't have a guitar, and it was really hard to convince my mom to get a guitar. I must have been like 11, 12, and I convinced my mom to get me a guitar. But it took me 6 months to convince her, and I really wanted a guitar. I became obsessed, and I like I was in primary school. I was in primary, which is like grade. Oh, I must gotta say grade 5, grade 6, maybe a little bit later. I don't know, but I didn't have a guitar, but I wanted a guitar, and I, I couldn't even touch one. I was desperate to even get my hands on a guitar, but I couldn't. There was no way for me to have a guitar in my hand. And so, like the satchel bags or like the thing, I would watch videos on how to play, and then I would just mimic that behavior on the bag thing, and I got pretty good at it. I got like really good at just kind of, and I could visualize it without even the guitar in my hand. I would just have it in my hand all the time. And at one point, I was so desperate to get like precision with my hand because it's just a strap, right? There's no kind of precision. I'm just kind of guessing where the 0 or the 3 would be, where the different notes would be. At one point, I got so desperate, I drew the fretboard on a piece of paper, and I kind of I put it on it, and then I would practicing. I would be practicing by strumming it, and I learned two songs, um, "Smoke on the Water" and "Iron Man," without having ever touched a guitar. Well, I had touched one. At that point, the only thing I'd ever done with a guitar is having never thought of like ever playing a guitar. I walked by a part of my school, my primary school, that I'd never walked in before, and it was just one of those things where our classroom was like being used, or we were doing something outside of our classroom, like something different, just for that day. And we walked by a part of the school I hadn't walked by ever, and there was like this trolley uh, with like a cage with like cage on wheels essentially, and there was like a guitar with only two strings on it. And I looked at it and immediately was just like I wanted it. And then as, this is my only touch at it. As I walked by, so the teacher wouldn't see me, I just plucked a string and it made a sound. And I'm like, I just played the guitar. Oh my god, that's amazing! I've never experienced that before. And so 6 months later, like initially I didn't even really think about it, and then like when I'm at home, I just started thinking about that guitar. I just started thinking about that guitar. And then over the course of like 4 months, I became incredibly desperate, and then it took me like a month or two to like get the guitar like from when I wanted it. And and think in the last month, I started like kind of really like practicing it, or trying to practice before I had it, because I wanted to play those songs. I wanted to play certain things on it. And so I learned "Smoke on the Water" and I learned "Iron Man," and I would practice it on the strap. I would practice it on my drawn-on fretboard, and I got really confident with it. And I was actually like kind of able to do it without even looking at the fretboard, and I was just kind of like doing the thing. And actually, I learned a third song, which was incredibly difficult. It was a release by Beethoven. Yeah. I learned that, and it was real. It was a difficult one. And so, okay, end of the story. Guitar arrives. Guitar arrives, and I'm so excited. I don't know how to tune it, um, so I try to tune it by ear, and it doesn't work. It's like, you know, for I think a good time, we did not have tuned guitars. I did not have a tuned guitar, but because the music I was playing was so simple, you know, there was no kind of synchronicity needed with the string. Like I could just play it on one string, and it would be in a different key, but it would still, you know, be a relative. It would be relative to each other's notes. So it would still work. The only thing that didn't work was "For Elise," which took me, which, you know, like I kind of half tuned it by ear, so like it sounded a little funky, but you know I could never get it right until I had like a tuner, and then I got pretty good at, you know, using the 5 5 5 4 5 technique to kind of tune it, as long as I had the top E. So I would use a guitar tuner. Um, yeah, crazy times. That was like over a decade ago. Ooh, time, time. Must have been like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. I still remember it. And the second I had the guitar in my hand, I started playing. It took me like 30 seconds just to kind of get used to it. I'm like, wow, the string kind of hurts. I just started playing it. Dun, 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 dun. And that's the history. So what's the point of me telling this story? You know, it takes a lot more effort than you think it does to do anything, but it takes a lot less time of that much effort put in to actually get good at it. Right? So really, the only hurdle that you have to be able to deal with is the ability to put in maximum effort in something. Like you have to be obsessed, right? And it will just work out. You will just get better at it. If you can get obsessed with something, it will work out. Right? You will gain a level of knowledge that others don't have, and obviously it doesn't stop there. You have to be able to do other things with that knowledge, and there's other things to get into on how to market yourself and how to get distribution and how to really get people's attention so that they pay attention to you to be able to either sell their attention or sell them a product or sell whatever, to be able to monetize that skill or whatever. Obviously, there's more into it, and that needs as much effort um, and an equal amount of time, perhaps more time, perhaps less time. But if you are able, that's why people say, if you like have something you enjoy, do that thing. Do that thing because that is something that you can obsess over, and you might be able to. You might hate something and spend years doing it, and not understand even 5% of it, just because you don't have that attention to it, right? Like I've I've been asked directions in Dubai, and I've been here for over 100 days now, 102 days, I think. Uh, and I've been asked directions by people, and you'd think someone who's lived here for that long, over 3 months, um, they'd have some sort of idea about buses and bus stations and how to get to perhaps the metro. But no, I don't, because I do not go anywhere. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. So I don't have that knowledge. So I can live here for if I can live here for 100 days and not know a single thing about the buses because I don't go anywhere. Like the only thing I've ever like traveled to is from the airport to here, and then when I leave, I don't go beyond a few miles, a few kilometers, and that's only on the electric scooters. Just because that's a very kind of easy and quick way to get around. And so imagine if I'm not focused on that, then I'll never know, even though there's a bus stop right there in front of my building. Like I can see it from here. There's a bus stop right there. I don't know anything about the buses. I don't take the bus because I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. That sounded sad. I'm fine. I'm working. But if you don't have the ability to pay attention to something because you don't enjoy it or because it's not interesting, whatever, you're not going to be able to pay that kind of attention to it because that obsessive attention is what will get you good at the thing. It's like the quality of attention is far more important than the time put in. Like if your mind's not there, you might miss the most obvious thing. You might miss the elephant in the room. You're not looking out for it. If you're not interested in the room, you won't catch what's in there. But if you are, if you're obsessed with the room, it's a strange sentence. If you're obsessed with it, then you're going to see a lot more than others will. You're going to see a lot more than others will, and that'll give you an edge. Like I learned stuff on the guitar far faster than my brother did because I was so obsessed. I was practicing even when I didn't have a guitar in my hand. And people would be surprised that I was self-taught because I was, not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty good. I still am, just a little out of practice. I haven't touched a guitar in a while. But even like, I spent a few days getting back into it. That muscle memory kicks in, and it's like that kind of wealth of kind of experience that I have just by doing that for so many years. A couple days in, my fingers start to, the calluses get to work again. The dexterity like starts coming back. And it's like I get the speed again, and I get the shapes, and it's back. And the clarity of the playing. It's just how it is. It's how it works. And you know, if you, it's corny. It's definitely corny, but just do the thing that you enjoy because that's the thing that you can obsess over. And that is a great. If you can obsess over something, it's a great advantage. And the reason why it's such a great advantage is because you have time on your side. Your ability to do a lot in a lot less increases. So as someone in that field, you'll grow a lot faster. And just it's like there's no need to like kind of like worry about style or I don't know. But that's just me. That's just me. Like, what's more important is the time put in. The kind of accolades or anything. I've never been someone who's interested in accolades. They feel great. They're great for the ego. And when someone gives you a compliment, it feels amazing, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm the best. I'm so good. I'm so cool." But it honestly, like, it's so flimsy, such a flimsy emotion that I don't really like feeling that. When I do, it's great, but then afterwards, it's like, fell for it. Oh Lord, 47 minutes and 51. Oh wow, I've got myself to 20% battery on my phone, and the temperature's out. The temperature out here is nicer than most days, which is kind of last day the temperature's nicer. Even though the phone is pretty hot, it will probably shut off at some point. The phone will just overheat and turn off. But the fact that I got to 48 minutes is kind of fascinating. I haven't been able to hit that in a while, but I guess I'm just trying to think early days, the kind of conversation I'd go into. And yeah, nothing to celebrate. We did 100. You know, it's on here. No one can take that away from me. Who is here, by the way? You've been here for the past like 20 minutes. Like, just say hi, bro. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I won't say anything. Are you someone I know? Do I know you? Are you embarrassed? Is it weird? Do you feel like a stalker? You can just tell me. It's okay. I won't judge. I won't judge. I'll get you. Who is it? Oh man. But even with that, like guitar, that was something I obsessed over. I obsessed over magic, like magic tricks. And I was incredibly like into it. I wanted to learn magic, so I just started learning magic, and I was obsessed. And then after guitar, and I still played guitar. Was it before or after? I still played guitar. I was just obsessed with magic also. Like I would play guitar, but I wanted to do magic tricks. Like there was a time where I was obsessed with guitar, and then suddenly it was more magic. I was still playing guitar, but then I got out of magic, and then I still played more guitar. Um, the magic, I was crazy. Arguably more obsessed with magic than I was with guitar. But I just said that I'm not really into accolades, but I'm just kind of exposing myself, like guitar, magic tricks. They're all things that you do to like have some sort of social icebreaker and like have a conversation. Like I'm playing guitar, look at me, I'm so cool. Or like magic, oh let me wow you so that we can be friends. It's just how it is. You got to find your thing. You got to find your thing. I found my things. I found my things. And I was obsessed with it. I pretty much, but like in 2012, 2013, I probably had watched every single YouTube video that was about a magic trick on YouTube. That's all I would do all day. And YouTube was a smaller website back then. So, but I had watched everything. And I got so good at it. And here's the thing: if you become obsessed, your ability to read the situation in that realm becomes so much stronger, so much better. Like I would be able to like I don't have that acumen as much anymore because I'm not in it anymore. Like I'm not like constantly learning and watching. And there's probably types of tricks and things that are kind of more common now that weren't as common before, or new additions to the magician's um, belt, toolbox that I'm not familiar with anymore. But like it was just I knew everything, and so if I saw a trick, 9 out of 10 times I could tell how they did it. Um, and that phenomenon is called the magician's eye. And so because I was just like looking at magic tricks all the time, and I was just learning, and I was just experiencing, I was doing. Like I've mentioned this before, but I would just have a deck of cards in my hand all the time, to the point where I could tell if even a single card was missing. Like I just had the weight of the cards, and not just with that one deck. If like, the muscle memory of feeling out a deck of cards got so good that if I had just held a full deck of cards, any type of different brand or whatever, just for a little bit, I'd be able to feel it out. And because I'd had certain kind of techniques on gaining that muscle memory with a deck of cards and like the spatial awareness of it, it became to the point where different brands I could guess. And if I'd watch famous magicians do their tricks, and I'd be able to guess it, and I would recreate it in my room, and I would recreate it with different things. And there was this one trick on a Darren Brown special with a pair of twins, and he showed a magic trick with a deck of cards, and it was complicated, and it was complex. It was difficult to see, and it had props and stuff. And I watched it, and I figured it out. And then I recreated it, and it had some impressive sleight of hand that required some like it was really hard to do because you essentially had to like, I don't want to ruin the trick. Oh, you don't know the trick, but like there's a part where you just slide a card under a card without having the other card move, and it's like a complicated sleight of hand. And I just figured it out, and it took me like an hour. I set up a table, and I got all things ready, and I managed to do it, and it was great. It was great. I did it. I can get the trick. And then I was really obsessed with like speed stacking, like the cups, to the point where I had like nothing near the world record, but I could do it at 10 seconds faster than anyone I knew. I got obsessed with that. And I was like, if you can get obsessed with something, you're going to kick ass. It's just how it is. There's nothing else to it. If you can get obsessed, if you can do it like an assembly line, right? Like a machine, then no one can beat you. And not even that it's a competitive thing, but just like you can just do the thing, and no one else can even come close to it. And so you put yourself in a position of leverage to whoever may want to use that skill, whoever may need the use of that skill. And that is impressive leverage. It's good leverage. Um, and you can do that with anything. So, if it's something that you enjoy, good. I feel like I've given enough evidence at this point. Like, I believe in it for these reasons because several times in my life I've been obsessed with something. And because I've been obsessed, I've been able to put in just really quality hours. And never did it take 10,000 hours for me to be better than 90% of the world at the thing that I'm doing. Like, I was really good at magic tricks. I was really good at shuffling cards. I had good sleight of hand. I would shock people. I could play a grade 7 on the guitar. I got an A star on my music practical for my GCSEs. You know, and I played um, Tears in Heaven acoustic version. So like no lyrics, but the sung melody is played on the guitar. So it's like the kind of it's much more complicated playing the fingerstyle version. That I did it. I got a really good grade. And what else is there? Yeah, and I got a really good time on the cups. Really good time on the cups. Um, Relatively speaking, it wasn't like world class standard. World class standard, I'd have to shave off 5 seconds, which I just didn't have the will to do. I'm sure if I could, if I had the, I was never beating Steven Peruganin. I think that's his name, the world record holder at the time for speed stacking. Um, yeah, become obsessed and do the thing, and it'll all work out. I feel like I gave away some real good lessons today on our final stream. And you, my one viewer, have watched, and it's one, by the way. I know it says two, but I always keep a watch on what the hell I'm looking like, audio stuff like that, just to keep an eye on the stream. So there, I always have one watching, um, and that makes me feel better because it doesn't say zero. But also, so I know that it is just one other person here. How does that feel? You can say hi, dude. Come on, I'm about to go off. Just say hi. It's fine. I'm about to go. You're not gonna say it? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Well, we're almost hitting an hour. We managed it. We managed an hour. Honestly, I only went. I was gonna stop at a half, but I saw there was someone else in here, and I hope it's not just like an extra tab I've got open. um, but yeah, I only went for an extra half an hour because someone else is here. For your sake, since you're obviously not leaving. Great, welcome. But I will be going now because my phone is overheating and I've got nothing else to talk about. So do the thing you're obsessed with. Do the thing, and you'll thank yourself. You'll thank me, and you'll just have a better time. You'll have fun. The best thing in life is to stop thinking. Oftentimes, when I find myself in a state of thinking all the time, I'm unable to do anything else, and whatever kind of thinking it is. When I'm not thinking, I'm just in a state of flow. It's like nothing else exists except this, and I'm doing it. And it's like no kind of negative emotion exists, no positive emotion exists. Just the thing exists, and there's great value in that. You know. So say hi. Say hi. What a peer pressure you. Ah, it's on 10%. So, and it's at 61 minutes. All right, time for the outro. One last time. Hey, hey, guy. Um, we've had a good run. We've had a good run. We started off with some terrible cameras, uh, terrible quality, sometimes terrible audio. Couldn't even hear what I'm saying. And I sat there for 2 hours just talking. And I couldn't even hear. You couldn't hear me. But here we are. Day 100. And I'm a little excited, a little happy, a little sad. Obviously, this is not the last live stream that I'm ever doing, but it is a break for now, just to gather myself as I'm preparing to do a certain venture, focusing hard on that. And don't forget, we're real people. You know, as much as I'm saying, like in the thumbnail, become a robot or whatever, that's for the thing you enjoy. That's for the thing that you want to do. We are real people and we live in reality. And I'd like to think that we want good things to happen. You know, it's good if good things happen. And if you're on the wavelength, just think about affecting the reality around you and doing good things. Because there's nothing else really other in life apart from that. There's nothing really else out there other than just doing good around you. It's the only kind of real thing that has any sort of real effect. You know, it's like when someone dies and you're sad, that's real. So you can tell from your own experience that emotions are real things. And I guess the only thing we can do if that exists, if that is a fact, is to spread good things out there so that other people experience good emotions. And I preach sustainable business. You know, um, don't be a scammer. Don't scam. We've had those moments where work is hard, and you're like, maybe I can scam some elderly and get myself started at least. You know, but that's not how it works. Maybe I should just sell drugs for a little bit, make some money. But no, don't do that. It's not worth it. What if someone gets addicted because of something you sold them, and 20 years later, they're a deadbeat parent, and their kids are messed up, and they do bad things, and bad things have cascading effects, and good things also have cascading effects. So it's better to just do good things and not worry about what other people are doing. Just do good things. So for the last time of the 100, I don't even remember if I did it the first time, but be good, do good things, and subscribe, and good things will happen. Um, it's a weight off my back. 100 out of 100. This is your last chance to say hello. My dude, do you just have like your phone on? Have you just left it? Like, You've either put your phone on the stream and like accidentally left it and fallen asleep, or you're like stalking me. And either way, I don't know how to feel. Last chance, buddy. I'm about to go. I'm about to go, man. I'm at 6%. Usually at this point, I'll say I'll see you tomorrow, but there is no tomorrow, unfortunately. Uh, we hit 100, and this thing I got going on, I'll update you when I have better results. Probably like a full update in like 2 months, but yeah, I've come so far, and I've learned so much, and I'm in a really interesting position, and there's only good things to come. So just say hi, dude. Just say hi. Come on. Just say hello. I won't tell anyone. The live chat's not available anyway after. So no one's gonna see. You know? No one's gonna see. Just say hi. Alright. I'm gonna start shouting profanity soon. So before I do that, it's been fun. And no, I won't see you tomorrow, but no, I won't see you tomorrow. I butchered that. But I'll see you next time. And God willing, there will be a next time. So, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm watching myself do it. Okay. All right. All right, 4%. I'm out of here. Oh, geez, I almost managed to get to 70. Oh, screw it. I'm getting to 70. I'm getting to 7. I'm at 3%. My phone's going to die. Like maybe 70 is a bit of a 69. 30 seconds. Okay. Hey, buddy. It's been fun. I really kind of I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I don't want to go, but I kind of really want to go because I want it to be over with. But once it's over, there's like a silence that'll come, and I guess I just have to deal with it. Well, I will see you next time. It's been a fun 100 days. Goodbye.